Hey, bro, don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
We heard a whole lot of lip service, but hey, anybody can do that. But between the lines,
come with the kid, you best not miss. Even the score now, we need to score now. Back on that wall, when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make like, who you with? You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked in Zone 32.
You know what that music means. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. Excuse me, I should have breathed before saying that. Welcome to the Zone 32 podcast. We got a quartet tonight. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. Oh shit, we got a fifth. His name is Will. His name is Brandon. His name is Trippy, the man of the motherfucking people. Say what's up.
Stop breathing.
All right, that's fine. Hey, you should do the same, you fat sumbitch. Anyway, let's get into it. So the regular season has started, and things didn't go so well in there. It was what it was. The Chiefs, the bad guys won. Those Red Dead bastards, they came out on top 27-20. If only Isaiah Likely had an amputated toe like Deion Sanders, he might have actually scored the touchdown instead of having his foot out of bounds. But it is what it is. It was that close. It was a tightly contested game. Lamar took what the defense gave him and fucking ran all over the Chiefs because they're covering everything. And when they had to honor his run, he fucking lit him up over through the air. So, you know, y'all don't tune in for me. Y'all tune in for Drew and Will and everybody else. So, Drew, you know what to do.
I have a lot of thoughts. Do I just rant for 5 minutes about how pissed off I am, or do we break down my thoughts, one by one and let people talk?
Let's break down your thoughts one by one.
All right. So, first of all, we unprepared and undisciplined. The biggest, example of that is illegal formation penalties. Whether or not it was actually a penalty, don't give a shit. It's the fact that we got called for that 4 times. We looked sloppy, top to bottom, blown coverages. We did not look good. We looked like we hadn't played in the. I mean, maybe Visionless Dave was onto something that you have to, I don't know, play a couple series. Have your starters play a little bit because we looked like shit. And that starts at the top with Harbaugh. So that is my first main gripe of the game, is that it's another game that we got down 2 scores and it got away from us because we continue to play sloppy football and we did not look prepared. Thoughts?
Yeah, the illegal formation is a conversation all by itself, but
it is. But my general point, not about the call itself, but rather that we kept getting flagged for the same thing multiple times. And then we were still talking about it on Tuesday, as it shows that you're not prepared. You're not you can't just shake it off and just play. I'm not going to argue the validity of the penalty. Frankly, I don't really. The fact that Harbaugh is standing in front of a mic on Tuesday saying, "Oh, we have chips in the shoulder pads and we have that." Nobody fucking cares, pal. Like it happened on Thursday. It's done and over with. And you and the players need to just fucking take it on the chin when it happens, move on, and make the next play. And we just did not seem to do that. We seem to compound mistakes, and that is the sign of a sloppy, undisciplined team that is, not ready for top end. And that's what irritates me. That's what frustrates.
The disagreement I have with you about how you characterized it when we started was unprepared. And in this case, on this point, they literally were prepared. They had the refs out. They got very clear explanations of how it was going to be called, and then it was called a completely different way. Now, your point that they didn't adjust to it is fair.
That's part of preparation, is that you can script a game out, but you can study the rule book, do all that shit between the lines. Things are going to happen, and you have to be prepared to adjust and prepared to do something different. And, maybe be ready to abandon your game plan. Maybe be ready to, deal with shitty referees. Like that shit's going to happen through the course of a game, and we were just not ready. And so that's what I'm calling, is that they came in with, a specific game plan that they wanted to do, specific way they thought things would be called, specific, whether it's a game script or whatever. And like the first drive, it worked, and then we got away from it for whatever fucking reason. Like we were not prepared for that next. It seems to happen all the time again. A lot against Andy. There's some like mental shit going on with Harbaugh and that's old boss and whatever all the fucking Twitter people say. But like there is some truth to that. We just seem to get against better teams. We get into a close game. We get down, 10 points to a good team, and we just freak the fuck out and are like, oh shit, Lamar, do this all yourself. And it didn't work out again. Shocking.
It almost did. It almost did. And that's where they're, like, obviously you want to win. In this case, week 1, losing because Isaiah Likely's toe was out of bounds. You can come away with that with some.
That is not why we lost, for the record.
Well, no, I'm saying, but a play with time expiring where we were about to tie the game. All I'm saying is
the play before where you have Zay Flowers going across the back of the end zone into an open spot, and Rashad Bateman, who had the best shot at open spot to make the catch, just not going there. Like, why? Why do you have Justice and chipping Chris Jones on that play? Just so much stupid shit that, like, when you put everything on Lamar's shoulders, it's gonna, put a microscope on those kind of plays, because that's not how you win football games.
Yeah. And all that being said, we still were in a position to win the game. So I'm not coming away from that game with any sort of like doom and gloom outlook for the team.
No, I'm coming away from that game like we let one get away that we had.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I would rather lost 40-0 and been like, wow, we got some serious shit to work on here. Like, there's some serious flaws in this. But instead, it was like the minor things cost the same again, and that's more irritating to deal with. Is that we're like 90% of the way there, and we can't just fucking get over that hump.
And okay, I mean that's fair, but the hump being week 1. I mean, I understand we're coming from a place of the last game we played before this was against the Chiefs, and
and
all in all,
the same thing
kind of a similar outcome, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a new team, it's a new season, and all the people who were like, I don't like starting the season against the Chiefs. I do like that we started against the Chiefs because, number one, you go into that game, it's a coin toss as to who's going to win. As far as like the talent on the field and everything else, and then the way that it ended, you can build off of that for sure. A week 1 loss to the Chiefs is not going to be the end of a season, and so moving forward, I think there's a lot to correct. But all that being said, they still lost the game. It could have gone either way at the end with the toe being out, and we could end up winning. So not the worst loss in the world, in my opinion.
That game is an unanswered question that you're not going to be able to answer until you play somebody else that seems championship contender.
It won't even matter. It won't even matter. That won't matter because
it doesn't. It does matter. I know that we're week 1, whatever, blah blah blah. It's one game. I get it, but like, if you're looking at the Ravens and you're like, is this a team that can compete for the Super Bowl? That was a question you could have answered early on. Beat one of the best teams in the AFC, and you proved you can hang with one of the best teams in the AFC, and you're eventually going to shoot yourself in the.
Well, so what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter because no matter who else we play, if we beat the next best team in the league by 100 points, all they're going to say is you didn't beat the Chiefs. So it doesn't matter until we play the Chiefs again.
So I'm talking more of like a gay, like internal question.
Yeah. I'm talking about the narrative that's going to be this entire season.
Fuck the public narratives. That's
I don't care about that. I don't care about it. So like, all I'm saying is like, you were talking about the national media deems, whatever. That does not matter because at the end of the day, you win every other game this season. You go 16-1, and they're still going to say you lost to the Chiefs until you beat them. It doesn't matter, and that's true.
They may say that, but the Ravens could feel like, I don't know, whatever NFC team that they play, they're like, okay, this is a really good NFC team. Like, we feel better about ourselves now. We closed this game out.
Well, I mean, we beat the shit out of the 49ers last year in December, and then we went and lost to the Chiefs. So that's kind of my point,
There's that question, and I know we've talked about this on the podcast before, of like, we're very good at getting a big lead and closing the door on it. Like, we've done that multiple times. We did that multiple times last year. But when you get into that, I don't know if a slugfest is the right word for Thursday night's game, but that, close game where it comes down to one or two plays, we just never seem to be on the right side of those one or two plays. And now you're going to have to get like that to like be confident you can do it as a team.
Right.
It's like a dumb, like, there are people who will take that and be like, oh, can't be the Chiefs, we're never going to win the Super Bowl. Whereas me, I'm like, we're right fucking there. And I love that proof to be like, yeah, we're good. We got this. Like that little bit of that sense of comfort that we kind of blew the opportunity to have that.
Yeah. I mean,
here's my counterpoint to that idea, though. The Buffalo Bills. They've routinely beat them in the regular season. What do they have to show for it?
That's true.
If we beat them, it's
do they really
a similar idea.
Beat them in the regular season, though? I know
They
people
won
say
three
that, but
straight. They
yeah,
won
but
3
aren't they
straight.
aren't they in the Josh Allen era? Aren't they like 2-3 in the regular season or something like that? Or
I think
3-2?
they're
I mean,
3-3
sorry,
now. Yeah,
3-3.
it's a winning
Yeah,
record
so,
against Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, 3 is a winning record.
No, 3-2, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So, but that's a scenario. So, I mean, you can be confident to beat him at that point, but it's not like a slam dunk guarantee.
Yeah,
I guess,
the argument from there is again.
I'm coming off as like a doom and gloom person, but that is, that's the one thing about Harbaugh team has always bothered me is that I feel like when we're in that big game and it's a close game and we have a chance to win it, we just come up short because of stupid shit like burning timeouts.
That was crazy. You want
Yeah.
to talk about unprepared? Burning two timeouts in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter was
After you fucking
ridiculous.
sit on 3 timeouts to go into halftime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just it's stupid, sloppy, lazy, unprepared. Whatever fucking adjective you want to use to describe it. It's annoying. It sucks. I hate watching it. And
Yep.
so that was
I agree with that.
That was my big gripe. And then my second big gripe is with I don't know if it's Todd Monken. I don't know if it's the guys we have on offense. Like calling 14 straight screenplays is ridiculous. Like it felt like every other play was a fucking. There was no creativity on offense. It felt like Zay Flowers was a receiver that they would target regularly. Like Bateman had 2 catches, great, but Zay Flowers is your best wide receiver. Getting him the ball in a situation other than green would be fucking great. He's also, get him some kind of post over the middle, some kind of deep route. Like he's the fastest player on your team. You can take the top off the defense, use him a little bit more creatively. I don't really care about the carries that Derrick Henry got. The snap share that bothered me for him. And
Yeah,
I know Will
I
and I
agree
talked
with
about
that.
this earlier in the
And the predictability of the play calling around
more importantly, so it was a 51-49 split. Justice Hill played 51% of the snaps. Derrick Henry played 49% of the snaps. Honestly, even that I don't particularly care about. It's the fact that when Justice Hill was on the field, he only ran the ball 1 time. So for 51% of snaps, you got a guy out there that 1 carry to. You're like telling Steve Spagnuolo, who's he's not the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, but he's really good. He's been around for a while. He's not fucking stupid. He's won Super Bowls. Like he knows what he's doing, and you're just telegraphing your plays for him. So why?
Agreed.
Like
being one-dimensional in your play calling is
one-dimensional, and Derrick Henry probably should have had more than 10 carries. The run, I don't know. The offensive line they looked new. You know what I mean? They looked rusty. They looked like they hadn't
so I'm not gonna agree with that. Like Derrick Henry got 13 carries. He ran for 3.5 yards a carry. Lamar, who when you see he had 16 carries, it's not like he had 16 carries.
Design
behind the center. So and even when it is a design Lamar run, it doesn't always look like a design run. So like the run blocking, the offensive line performed well in pass protection. And when you're setting up a play that looks like a pass and then Lamar runs, basically it's pass protection as opposed to run blocking. So
I would say the offensive line outside of blocking,
right. And you're not up against Chris Jones every week. Now this week we are up against some pretty good pass rushers, but we'll get into that.
And so, but getting back to Derrick Henry, the 13 carries, maybe I would have liked to see carry the ball a few more times. It doesn't really matter. You're like splitting hairs and going back and, trying to rewrite history at that point, but not target him in the pass game if you're going to be so screen dependent at that point. Like he can catch the ball and he can run after the catch. And the entire point of, a screenplay is that you're trying to give somebody who's good in space the ball. Derrick Henry is so fucking give him the ball a little bit more. And so, again, it gets back to the telegraph plays, one-dimensional, tendencies, and just inability to be creative on offense. And, again, it's been so it's not like worth, losing my fucking mind over. But when you're watching over the course of the game, you're like, another screen, another fucking run up the middle that doesn't work, and another, stupid pass play that just isn't going to work. Like, let's, a little bit more creative. I would like to see. We have Isaiah Likely. I would have liked to Mark Andrews, not try to force feed Mark Andrews, but try to get him open.
Okay.
I felt like they were okay with,
they did double him a lot.
Right. And so I felt like, Todd Monken was okay with just letting him eat the double team and trying to get somebody else open, but those other guys weren't getting open. So maybe let's try to scheme Mark Andrews open.
I don't know. I mean, Isaiah Likely had 9 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown and almost 10 catches for 2 touchdowns. So, I would say
the whole offense, Zay and Likely, I would like to see I don't know. Again, I trust Mark Andrews catching the ball more than I trust Rashad Bateman. So when you're
Oh, yeah,
scheming
me too.
Rashad Bateman open, maybe try to get Mark Andrews in that situation. That's all I'm saying. Is a little bit more, not just the same shit over and over again. I'm not like I said. It's early. It was one game. It's just a frustrating thing to watch in a close game like that.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews has games, so I would have liked to see them try to get him more involved.
Yeah. I mean, I think Isaiah Likely's stat line speaks to the fact that Mark Andrews was commanding, and they were on the field a lot together. They were on the field more in that game than they have been in any game ever. So I think the fact that Isaiah Likely had such a big game and Mark Andrews getting doubled means that Isaiah Likely was getting a lot of mismatches and they were taking advantage of that. So
my guess is Spagnuolo thought that Isaiah Likely does, so let's stick, with Andrews, which is fine. I mean, it ended up working.
Like Spagnuolo's basically conceding Isaiah Likely's good and he's going to do what he does, but without Mark Andrews being involved in a major way, you're not going to win the game.
Right, and so that you played into his hand at that point. I guess is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's like in chess when you give up a piece in order to advance. That's what he did.
Yeah, and we let him do that, and maybe I would have liked to see Monken try to not play into the defensive coordinators or not let him. Again, that's like a minor complaint, but it goes to speak to the overall play calling of a little bit too vanilla for me, not creative enough, and we also did that same thing where we panicked down 10. Thankfully, we got down 10 kind of early enough that we were okay to get like our feet underneath us. And, Lamar sort of was like, fuck it, it's all on me, and sort of took over. But again, I don't know what it is with Harbaugh coaches that they get down 2 scores and it's panic ensues. Like when
it's been happening for a long, long time, even before Lamar.
Too damn long.
When it's early third quarter and you're down 10 points, like you're okay. You're going to get 5 or more possessions. And there's no such thing as a 10-point play. So rather than, Lamar a couple times fell back into that old habit of, I feel like there are times where he doesn't take what the defense gives him and is rather waiting too long for that home run play to develop. Mm-hmm. He did that early on 10, but then he got away from that and started taking the runs. And, it almost worked out. I'm glad just the fact that we default to that is kind of annoying.
Again, I think obviously we all would prefer that the game went differently. We would prefer a win. There's obviously areas for improvement, but you can build on that game. And I would say even being 0-1, I would say that they're a top 3 AFC coming out of that.
Yeah.
I do want to backtrack a little bit because, Will, you brought up the offensive line. They played really well as far as the pass block or pass pro, especially against Chris Jones, or except against Chris Jones. But Chris Jones is also a monster.
Falele looked like a guy who'd never played guard before. Rosengarten looked like a rookie, and Makari looked like a guy that.
Rosengarten had one bad rep. His first rep, he got absolutely embarrassed, but he was great after that. He was great after that rep.
Which is fine. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Expecting him to be perfect.
It's his first ever rep as a pro, and Chris Jones made him look silly, but he immediately forgot about it.
Took it on the chin. He took it on the chin, forgot about it, which is exactly what I was asking. Ronnie, who, Ronnie Stanley played pretty well.
He played really well, actually. It was just the penalties that were the problem.
And then to me, that coming out after the game and complaining about the penalties, it's like, you're showing that you let that affect you, and you're supposed to be the leader on the offensive. Maybe you pull Falele aside and be like, "Hey, buddy, like Chris Jones is really fucking good. Like, let's just relax. We got this under control." And,
did you guys just see that fucking field goal?
I did. Oh my god!
It's one of the worst kick
So that'd be like me kicking a field goal. What do we do?
I did not see this.
Oh my god! Rewind it, Brandon. It's fucking funny.
Drew, no offense, but that's what I imagine would happen if you tried to kick a field.
I need to go find this.
Probably.
Me too.
I could kick a ball 60 yards. There's no shot it's going anywhere near where it's supposed to go.
And like the ball came out and it was like going like all different, like it was not end over end. Things going all over the place and zipping back and forth because it was a terrible kick.
Was
that the real kicker? Was that like a fucking?
I think that was Bass.
No, that was Tyler Bass. Same dude who fucking shanked it in the playoffs against
I thought
the
my
Chiefs.
TV was spazzing out, to be honest, until you reacted. I thought I was like getting some kind of connection disruptions here, but it was legit.
Oh, that was a shank worthy of shank soon.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was pretty bad.
My goodness. Anyway, to pivot back.
Speaking of kickers, do we touch on Justin Tucker? I just want to tell the people tweeting, Justin Tucker's, I think it's like 2 for his last 7 from 50 plus. Is he washed? Shut the fuck up. Just stop.
Please shut up.
Like, there is no more. I throw around the word retard quite liberally on this podcast to describe a wide variety of people. If you think that Justin Tucker is washed and no longer the best kicker in the NFL, you are legit retarded. Like, please stop talking about football.
Like Justin Tucker, so like he obviously can kick the ball far enough. He will correct and he'll be fine. And so like basically every kick he's missed for the last 2 years has been over 50.
Yeah.
So
again, like 50. When did 50-yard field goals become automatic?
Right. Now, for him, for all time, every kick was automatic, but I mean, he'll figure it out. It's I think he's like one for his last 5 or 1 for his last 6 from over 50. But like, okay, so if he makes his next 4, then he's 5 for 10, and then you build off that.
Yeah, he's above league average at point.
Right.
Which
and
the reality
an
is
over 50-yard kick is a low percentage play.
I've actually always kind of been a fan of going for it. You got a 4th and short there because the 50+ yard kick is not supposed to be like a guaranteed thing that you get.
But we're brainwashed because we've just become accustomed to, okay, you're in field goal range, you take the kick. Except in like recent years, Harbaugh will fucking go for it. When it's like a fucking 10-yard kick, but he'll kick from 52.
Reminds me, controversial take. Going for 2 at the end of that game was the right call.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
I saw our fanning that, we would have lost anyway because Harbaugh's a moron. I was going to go for 2. You just took the Chiefs defense down 90 yards with no timeouts to tie the game at the buzzer. And they're shell-shocked. They're tired or doubting themselves. And you have all the moment on your side. You go for 2 10 times out of 10. In that
okay. So you want to talk about, we were talking about creative play calling. In real time, everybody was like, what the fuck was that play call on 4th down? It was just Nelson Aguilar blew his assignment. That was a great play call. So I do trust Todd Monken to call a good play in that situation.
So do you think it's Todd Monken choosing to put Aguilar in that spot? Or do you think it's somebody on the sideline putting Aguilar in that spot to, fulfill Todd Monken's play call?
No, I think on a play like that.
Why not like?
Well, no, I think on a play like that, those roles are there's no way they're just like moving people around. It's they've practiced that play, and every single guy involved in that play knows their assignment because they practiced it. There's no like alternate, there's no like understudy for the role, and especially it's not going to be Isaiah Likely over Nelson Aguilar. Aguilar just blew
it. Watching that play, I'm like, if you put Likely in that spot, he's not missing that block. But maybe they don't react to it too. So,
Aguilar
that was just kind of me watching them being like, that's a spot where, I would like to see Likely out there as a blocker.
Yeah.
And, Zay running behind him. But
I think in real time, I think that's part of why that play is so genius in the way it's designed. Yeah. Is you're probably not expecting Nelson Aguilar to be the main blocker on that. So
even Bateman.
Aguilar even went up to Lamar and said, hey, I messed up.
Right.
No, Lamar yelled at it. Oh, they showed a second cut of that after the first one that they showed on TV looked like Aguilar being like, my bad. But Lamar was looking at him like, the fuck did you just do? And then he's like, yeah, I fucked that up. So
that play looked so stupid in real time. It looked so stupid, but when you actually saw what happened, great play call. I'm glad we have that kind of thing in the bag. Like Greg Roman in that situation, his play call would have been like
fullback wheel.
Yeah, right. Something ridiculously stupid. Maybe a
wide receiver pass with a fullback wheel.
Exactly. Maybe like Tylan Wallace would throw a 50-yard pass or something. But
and bring James Crochet back from the dead and have him throwing triple covered.
Like you said, going for 2 there, no brainer because you definitely don't want to give the ball back to Mahomes and then have to.
Is it easier to punch the ball in with one shot from the 2-yard line, or to stop Mahomes and then score again on a defense that stopped you all night?
Right, and we're both assuming that we wouldn't get the ball at the coin toss, but you have to assume that going into overtime.
Right.
You can't go to overtime expecting to get the ball first.
If your overtime strategy at the ball first and fuck everything else, like you've already lost. You've lost the mental battle.
Then you're Matt Hasselbeck or Tim Hasselbeck, whichever one of the Hasselbecks
we're
said
gonna get the ball, we're gonna win.
Matt Hasselbeck. That was Matt Hasselbeck.
Right? Yeah.
who threw a beautiful touchdown to Al Harris that just went the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when he was with Seattle.
Yeah, Matt Hasselbeck was with Seattle, and he threw it to Al Harris when Al Harris was in the Packers.
Yeah. Okay. I wish Twitter existed when that happened.
Yeah. There are some moments where Twitter would have been great for.
It would have been because I remember
wonderful.
watching it and like my eyes lit up. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, what was that, like 06, 07 probably?
Had
Those
to
are
be
the-
right
those
in
are
there.
showing
And
out.
so
back
maybe
then, that was
maybe Twitter did exist, but it wasn't what it is now. That's the big
No.
like. If it happened
No,
today,
that was-
if that happened today, that would be a
That
fucking
was like early
crazy.
Facebook.
early 2000s. That was Mike Holmgren's. I think it was his first game against the Packers since leaving. I think that
Well,
might
and Matt
have been
Hasselbeck
2001,
backup
2002.
from Green Bay too, so it was
Yes.
a whole.
It may have been
whole-
2002, 2003. I feel like I lived in Virginia. I feel like I
Because
remember.
Because
But
I
whatever.
think
We're in the weeds.
I think John Randall was on that team, if I remember right. I could be wrong though. But I think that was his last year in the league.
That was in the era when the Seahawks had ugly.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Sean
Those
Alexander
fucking Navy
was putting
shits.
up fucking wild numbers.
Yeah.
Yep. Anywho, let's pivot on and let's move on to Sunday, the home opener.
Hold on. Fuck Marlon
Oh,
Humphrey.
there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton took that, but yeah.
Fine. Kyle Hamilton should have played over the top. I've had this argument with 100 people. I don't want to do the nerd film breakdown shit because I think that's boring and nobody actually wants to watch that. Because nobody fucking cares. We're a bunch of drunk morons. If Kyle Hamilton took the blame for that, so that means there's a cover 2, which Kyle Hamilton's supposed to go back and play over the top at that point. Marlon Humphrey forcing a guy with 4-2 and giving the sideline to him, that's inside the 5-yard line right off the bat because Marlon Humphrey doesn't carry the route long enough, doesn't jam him off the line, and doesn't force him inside. Even if Kyle Hamilton gets a perfect break on that, he's maybe catching Worthy after he catches the ball. There's no angle there to, chase down Worthy at that because Marlon didn't do his job off the line. And his stupid fucking face sitting there on the sideline like, oh, what did I do? Like, fuck you. End the podcast, fucking do your job, and shut the fuck up. Like, he's getting under my skin now at this point. That is another, game-losing touchdown he gave up because he misplayed a route. He did it to Pickens last year. He did it to Zay Jones the year before that. He's done it this year to Worthy. It's fucking annoying to watch. Like, you want to be like, oh, I'm disrespected because somebody named me one of the most overpaid corners or overrated corners. Well, this is why people call you, is that you run your fucking mouth, you're a personality, and you don't fucking produce when it counts. You make the big mistake constantly, and it's fucking annoying. Like, I've had enough of it.
Just a quick point of order. That Zay Jones study, that was week 1, 2021. The one he gave up in 2022, that was Marcus Peters. Just to correct that.
Yeah,
Keep talking about Marlon for a second.
There you go.
Well, we're going to summon Trippy from the dead there. By slander Marlon. No, but like, again, that's another guy like supposed to be like a veteran leader on this. You're paying him very well to not make mistakes like that. And for 90% of every game, Marlon is great. And Marlon is the guy that you're paying top dollar to. And then it just seems like in that clutch spot, a boneheaded mistake, without fail, shitty to watch. And like, I don't really think it's the podcast's fault as a podcast every week with Jack Settleman, but like that's just giving me something to criticize at that point until he stops making those mistakes. It's really, I sound really old and ripping to be like, oh, get off the podcast, Marlon, and study film. But like, stop making the stupid fucking mistake, Marlon, please. Like for all of us.
I'm gonna put it up there. We can just look at what happened here. Okay.
No, we don't. No, stop.
No,
you're gonna put the play up there. Or you want me
Will
to
is being the nerd.
Pencils, and we'll circle it and point at stuff and draw X's on the screen. Like anybody with eyes touch that. And Marlon did the right thing. He's a fucking moron.
Okay.
So this isn't even the play.
Oh god.
I thought you were going to put up the Jonah. No, I thought you were going to put up the Jonas Schaefer all 22 angle.
No.
Sorry, that's what true film people watches all 22.
Okay, so we'll play it again. Hold on. So Marlon presses. Hamilton follows Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, here's my problem with this play, just in general. Look at this. Here, okay, you can't see my cursor, but Marlon, he's pressing, and then he goes for a chip at the line to bump Worthy. Well, to move Worthy outside. The whole purpose of that on cover 2 is because then if Hamilton is playing where he's supposed to, Hamilton gets frozen by Pacheco.
Right, but that's Marlon's guy. If he's playing a hard flat.
No, I agree.
Marlon's guy.
I agree, but that's why Marlon moves Worthy outside and then stays where he is. But My problem with the whole play design is why the fuck do you have your deep cover 2 safety starting out playing on the opposite
The
side of
line
the
of
field
scrimmage.
in the slot at the line of scrimmage, following the motion man, and then
Because you
well,
are
hold on,
trying.
but okay, but just bear with me here. He's following the motion man, so he's running parallel to the line of scrimmage. The motion man's going to continue moving until the ball is snapped. So Hamilton at the time the ball is snapped is moving east west, not north south. And Marlon, his initial responsibility is to move Worthy towards the sideline, because the deep safety then only has to cover from the numbers to the sideline. So the fact that you're starting your safety, who's supposed to be covering that area, against the fastest wide receiver in football at the fucking line of scrimmage, that's stupid. So Zach Orr, I think, put both of those guys in a position to fail with the way that the play was designed.
The reason you call the play like that, and the reason why you have Kyle Hamilton look like he's playing man, is that Mahomes is going to look at that play, think that everybody's playing man, and that he's got a quick outlet pass to Pacheco where Marlon would come down on and stop him.
Okay,
like
so
if that play goes according to plan and you're confusing Mahomes enough, that's what you want to happen.
But here's what Mahomes saw. Okay, Mahomes standing there, he sees Kyle Hamilton is in the slot on the strong side of the field, and he sees then Hamilton. They do motion to see what's Hamilton going to do. Hamilton follows, so now he sees what looks like a cover 2, missing a safety deep on the side of the field with Worthy, knowing Worthy is a hot deep route. So there's no safety back there. He already knows before the ball snapped, he's throwing the ball to Worthy. No matter what, he's going to beat Marlon Humphrey. He's the fastest motherfucker on the field. So everybody was put in a position to fail here. So like when Hamilton gave that answer, he even said, it's not Zach Orr's fault. It's not Marlon Humphrey's fault. It honestly, the order of fault in how this play went is Zach Orr, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton kind of share. I would say
Marlon's
they're
job
equally
is to beat Worthy up off the line, buy Kyle Hamilton time to get back on that play. Granted, Kyle Hamilton never got back on the ball. We're having like a theoretical discussion. If everybody played that,
and Hamilton made the mistake of getting frozen by the running back, who was never his responsibility.
No, it was never his responsibility. But if that play goes how it was supposed to, Marlon is supposed to essentially slow Worthy down much longer than he actually did. And I don't think you should force him just directly to the sideline. Like, make him earn it. Beat the shit out of him. You have 5 yards. He's got 4.2 speed, but he's a small guy. And Marlon's supposed to be a big physical corner. Beat the fuck out of him. You know what I mean? Give Kyle Hamilton time to get back.
At the end of the day, it was Marlon Humphrey's fault. He should have bumped the motherfucker and knocked him off his route. That's the end of the discussion. That's some soft ass shit. No matter if Kyle Hamilton took the blame, no matter what Zach Orr called, all he had to do was bump him. Marlon Humphrey was being lazy as shit.
Because Kyle Hamilton, blew his assignment, and that's why he walked into scot-free. But it's Marlon's fault. So, that Worthy got that released on the sideline.
Trippy rose from the dead for some Marlon slander.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't dead. I was just quiet.
I don't disagree necessarily, but here's what I'll say. Zach Orr should throw that play in the trash. You never, if you're running a cover 2, running a cover 2, especially against a team with a deep threat like Worthy, who it's his first NFL game, they're not going to give him some complex, complex route tree. They're going to he scored 2 times. One of them was on that busted coverage. The other one was on a weird reverse handoff. They're getting him into positions where he can just run fast in a straight line. So, especially when you're playing against a guy like that, I mean, dude, let's not get too exotic with the fucking defensive calls. Just play defense.
Zach Orr,
that does not happen. That does not happen. That touchdown does not happen if he just calls a base cover 2, defensive call. Just don't get overly creative when you don't have to.
And Zach Orr, if you fucking put an inside linebacker on another team's wide receiver 1, manned up 1-on-1, again, I'm gonna call for your job. The fucking
no, not even a linebacker. Just don't have Malik Harrison out there.
No, but he had fucking Roquan.
I ain't gonna lie to
you. Rice a bunch of times. Stupid. You can't do that.
Yeah, Roquan was getting worked by Rice.
As he should. No inside linebacker is meant to cover a fucking wide receiver one-on-one for any length of time.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
just
agree.
not what an inside linebacker does. The reason he's an inside linebacker is that he's not a coverage guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that Wink Martindale. And,
Right.
you know, I have Wink Martindale from Saturday anyway. And, you know, so I got it on Thursday watching that shit. And then I watched it again happen on Saturday. So, like, I want to see that shit.
Speaking of Wink, shout out to Greg Roman, man. I be in them Raven spaces, bro, man. The shit that them Raven fans was saying, they quick to give up on Todd Monk, and we should have kept Greg Roman.
Who said, I want you to name
Who
and
said
shame?
that?
Who said that?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
People that be in that the Raven spaces. J.K. Dobbins, a top 5 running back. When I've been saying if he was healthy, he was. A lot of people told me he was
J.K.
trash.
Dobbins got % of his yards on 2 carries. Not a top 5 running back. He got stuffed for like 2.5 yards to carry a big plays. Good for him.
Yeah.
Also, the Ravens fans fucking jerking off to his runs. Like, shut the fuck up. Not on our team anymore.
I look at it like, the way how the Raven fans was talking about Todd Martin, it just seemed like they giving up on the team for real. Like let's be real, right? Like I wasn't too big on the screen passes, but if the offensive line wasn't blocking, right, and Derrick Henry couldn't really get no push, or the offensive line wasn't getting no push, and Derrick Henry couldn't get no yards, what you gotta do? You gotta do quick screens, right? Because like, why would you have Lamar try to throw deep passes?
You know, my criticism of Todd, we talked about it before, just boring, which, fine, whatever. But, like, let's get a little creative, Todd. And I know he's got it in. It was just, I would have rather him done it out the gate rather than wait till week 2. You know what I mean?
Y'all think
I
John
give Todd
Harbaugh
a B for
holding
that
Todd
game
Monken back?
No.
You think John Harbaugh holding Todd Monken back?
No. I think John Harbaugh an asshole.
Oh yeah, by the way, let me hold on. Let me say something by the way too. Hey Chad Steele, this trippy. I don't fuck with you. You's a fucking clown. Like, and only reason why I say that because I be talking to other. No. Hold on. Let me cook. Cause I be talking to other people, bro, and they say the same shit about you. Like, I don't know what type of I don't even know what the word to say, but you carry yourself like you big and bad, like you untouchable and all that. Fuck you. I'm gonna keep on saying that. Fuck you. I don't respect you. I would never respect you. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck if you I ain't gonna unfollow you on Twitter, but I don't give a fuck if you unfollow me. Don't say shit to me at the games no more. I don't fuck with you.
Chad Steele's on Twitter.
Yeah, he got Twitter. He follow me on Twitter. That's how he be seeing all my shit.
What the fuck? I've talked so much shit about that guy. Nobody told me.
Motherfucker soft, man.
He's
on Twitter.
I don't want to get on the anti-Chad Steele bandwagon because that fucking creepy stalker writing letters to Chad Steele. I don't want to be lumped in with him. Nestor.
But I mean, he wasn't. I don't agree with the other stuff he was saying, but like.
Trippy, you can't write a 9-page, letter to the general manager sounding like you were his gay lover and he spurned you, and have me on your side. I'm not interested. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
He made it sound like, fucking EDC had a whole second family with Nestor, and then he, kicked Nestor to the curb and he was sad. Like, that's how that letter, it was one of the creepiest, weirdest fucking things I've ever
but
read
I'm just saying, though, I'm just saying from reading it, like, all the Chad Steele shit is true because I didn't heard other reporters couldn't get credentials and shit because of him. Like, I look at it like this. At the end of the day, right? Everybody trying to eat, right? Like, help each other out. Like, stop doing that shit. And it's so funny, like, Chad Steele lied to my face because I said, yeah. I said, you the reason why. I said, it's crazy how the players said they'd come on the podcast, but they turn around and they act like they don't want to say shit. I said, I know it's because of you. He gonna give me that look talking about no. I know it's because of you, bro. Like, they need to stop that shit. Hardball, all them. Like, if players want to do radio shows and whatever they want to do, let them do that shit. That shit ain't stopping them from playing football. I mean, I guess it's tough for
we just need to send Chad and we'll be in his good graces. It's fine.
Just add him from the Zone 32 podcast page.
Yeah, we'll just tag him in Grant's more January 6th ish. We'll be in their good graces. I don't know if I can.
I really don't like his ass, Joe. I swear to God, like every time I hear Chad Steele, I just think about that training camp day. Like, I'd never get over that shit. I wrote an email to the Ravens. They ain't never replied back to me. That's why, yeah. I ain't going to too many games. I ain't going to too many games this year. Now I ain't going to tweet him because all he gonna do is act like a bitch. Just like, oh yeah, because you can't be saying nothing about safe on the radio. At the end of the day, bro, I can say what the fuck I want to. I ain't gonna say no names, but motherfuckers that work for the Ravens say they shouldn't even be out there. So what are you saying? Do your job. That's all you gotta do. I peep all that shit, bro. I just try, play stupid, but I peep everything. You know what I mean? Y'all treat my daughter like shit. But when y'all family members come out there, they get VIP access. I people all that shit. I ain't dumb. That's why I ain't supporting all that shit no more. Chippy, you going to this game? Nope. I'm going to whatever game I feel like going to. Probably don't even go to no away games and shit. And you can tell Chad a hater every time I go to a away game. Hey, how you get here? How the fuck you think I got here, motherfucker? Not by you.
I feel like I walked.
Fuck Chad still. Fuck Chad still.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give his bitch ass a shovel tomorrow morning too. Watch. I don't fuck with you. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, bro. Ain't no more Mr. Nice Guy, yo. Real shit, man.
Oh, we got a trippy heel turn here. I like that. All right.
Fuck Rashad Bateman too. We haven't bitched enough about that play. Run the right fucking route.
Fuck Chad still. Oh
Fuck
yeah, let's
Bateman.
talk about that, right? All these dumbass fans keep saying, yo, it was Zay Flowers' fault. So why did Lamar came out and say that the ball was for 8? So that's just showing that the chemistry is still off. Because if you think about it, although Zay had his hands on his helmet like shit, Bateman did the same thing. That's why your dumbass should have went to Florida.
Zay's basically saying, fuck, I could have saved that play. Not I should have made that play.
Lamar reacted stupid fast enough. And didn't kind of reroute that ball to in the air. Not like in the air, but you get what I'm saying, like in the course of the play.
Dude, that shit is moving. Everything's moving so fast. Like to expect Lamar when he's throwing to a spot, to expect him to adjust to throw to a guy. I mean, that's a lot to ask.
You know how we were talking about earlier? The game plan became like, fuck it, Lamar, put on your cape and save us.
Yeah.
So in order for that to work, teams like the Chiefs, Lamar has to play perfect football. And him not reacting to that quick enough and making that throw is imperfect football. Whether or not it's to do that is a whole different discussion. But again, I would have liked for Lamar to have made. He didn't make that throw, so fine, whatever. Why are we targeting Rashad Bateman on that play too? And why does Bateman not understand to fucking find the open space? You moron.
And
like,
this goes back. Hey, everybody, remember what me and Drew have been getting killed for the entire offseason?
If he made that catch and tied that game up, my mentions still be going right now, and deservedly so.
Here's my point.
But he doesn't.
Here's my point. This wasn't us who did this. There was a whole breakdown. I think it was Baldy was saying how Rashad Bateman does not understand what to do when the play breaks down. He doesn't understand. His connection with Lamar is non-existent. All he understands is, okay, here's the route I'm supposed to run. He gets the playbook. He's a surgical route runner. Okay, whatever, dude. Listen, if he had spent some fucking time with his quarterback in the offseason, the chemistry on that play would have been a little bit better. The understanding of where to be would have been a little bit better. Lamar maybe would have thrown the ball to a different spot. There's a lot of what ifs.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
Right.
Don't matter.
I know that this is
it not only does it matter, it mattered in game one. It mattered right out the fucking gate that he didn't go do what he said he was going to do. He didn't work in the offseason with his quarterback, and it fucking showed up. And now people want to point to that play down the sideline. Any wide receiver on the Ravens would have made that play.
He made the play, though. So, we've been asking him to make plays and just, take what's given to him. And he did it right there.
Yeah, but it wasn't special. It was just, it was what's expected. It's what's expected.
Right,
he had 2 catches for 53 yards. 2 catches for 53 yards.
One of them was a very meaningful catch that put us in a good spot. And then he basically, threw all the goodwill he built up from that out the window by not fucking breaking to the right to the spot. But
and then if you look at that play on the end zone, right? Like, where the fuck was he going at? Like, bro, you was already in the end zone.
Where was he going?
He was running into a defender. Like literally,
I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm really sick of Bateman. Like, I'm sick of all the wide receivers except for Zay Flowers. Like, at this point, I think me and EDC gonna set up a meeting at 7 a.m. at Full Season Sunday morning with Devontae Adams in the GM, so we can see what's going on with they need, so we can try to get Devontae Adams in here.
You know what Bateman is? He is Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute when they follow the GPS into a lake. Like he will run the route that's in the fucking playbook, and that is it. He has no ability to improvise. He doesn't understand how to
Amen to
read the
that.
zone and sit.
This gets called racist dog whistle online sometimes, but I'm saying this in like more of a positive light. If you play with Lamar, you have to have some kind of backyard for your game.
You do.
Lamar
Right.
is extending play and giving you the opportunity to sort of get away from the designed route and find space in the defense because of what his running ability does to opposing defenses and how that creates different lanes that maybe you can't anticipate in a play call. And Rashad Bateman just doesn't have the ability. He's a robot. He doesn't have the ability to like break away from the design play. That's all he knows how to do. And that's not, you can't do that with a QB like Lamar. If Lamar is drawing a linebacker down or safety down and giving you some wide open spot in the middle of the field where, your original route is designed for 5 yards and running to that open spot is going to give you 20 yards, you have to have the football and the, freestyling, whatever ability you want to fucking call it, to get to that fucking spot. I mean, he just doesn't have that.
And that is, I mean, that's also understanding the playbook though, because like I think Bateman's a guy who like studies his assignment to like he knows it in and out. But the best wide receivers know every single wide receiver's assignment, so they know where not to be. You don't want to go like if you have to break, if the play breaks down, you don't want to end up in the same spot as somebody.
So we had Stone Mosby on here, Proche's uncle. And I don't know if you remember, but he alluded to Mark Andrews gets a little bit too liberal with the routes that he runs and kind of how he
he runs too many. He options out a lot.
So, but why has Mark Andrews been the most successful pass catcher under Lamar? Because he's the best at optioning out of routes and
and
finding
because
that open space.
Yeah, and because they have a good connection, and because that corresponds well with Lamar's play style.
Right. And so if you look at the model of guys who've done well with Lamar as, pass catchers, like you should be following that, Rashad. You should be looking at what kind of guys excel with Lamar and molding your game after that, rather than expecting two-time MVP to, Kurt Warner says it all the time, play on time or whatever the fuck is, dumbass little catchphrases. Lamar doesn't play on time, fine. But like Rashad Bateman is like, oh, well, Lamar should play on time, so my target's like, no, you should play how Lamar did. It's not the other way around.
Yeah. He's the guy with the ball in his hand. He's the guy who throws the ball. You got to understand his tendencies, and
he's the $50 million player. He's a two-time MVP.
Yeah.
He's the face of your franchise. You fucking follow his. He doesn't follow yours.
Yeah, and without Lamar, nobody succeeds without Lamar.
Ego on Bateman to think that he should be the one dictating the offense like that is fucking wild if you think about it.
I don't know that necessarily that's like.
Yeah, maybe it's not a conscious choice, but like
I think I almost think he tries too hard.
Right, but stop trying too hard and just fucking feel the flow of the game and go with the flow.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like,
I think
he's way too caught up in, oh man, I gotta study, I gotta I gotta do what the playbook says.
This is somewhat our fault about it. We broke him.
Well, yeah, but
he's scared to do anything because he's like, I'm gonna log on to Twitter and fucking, Drew's gonna say something mean about me or Will's gonna say something, and not just us, but I'm saying like in general, he is too afraid of outside backlash. Chill the fuck out, tune out the noise, and play the game.
Well, and like we said, dude, go spend a week with Lamar.
I would rather him
go spend a week
do
with him.
some weird ass Aaron Rodgers and go do like ayahuasca in a cave by himself than read the internet. Like, stop caring about the internet. Stop caring about other people. Just focus on yourself.
A huge issue with him is what we're talking about is he doesn't understand what to do in those situations besides what he read in his playbook. So like, dude, you know how you fix that? You got to get on the same page as your quarterback, and that means you spend time with him outside of practice.
See, I don't even think you've got to spend time with Lamar to do that. I think you just got to get a better feel for the game. Like that's the problem. Is that
you have to. You got to be.
I'm not saying it would hurt to go spend time with Lamar and get a better relationship with Lamar, but what I'm saying is that like I don't even think that's totally necessary. He just needs to realize that like the play might break down, the defense might not give you what they think what you think they're giving you. and you need to be able to adapt. And he just can't do that.
To your point that Lamar plays like kind of a freestyle, like a street ball stuff. So, and that's absolutely true. But I think the way, so like guys that he's had great chemistry with are guys that spend a lot of time with him. And I think that when you see them, we see those little snippets of video of those guys working out together in the offseason. I think a lot of what they do working out is, hey, when this happens, like, oh, this is what we should do. Like little shit that's never going to be in the playbook. It's never going to be something that's covered in practice because there's so many guys on the field.
Those guys are picking up on Lamar's body. I don't think
that's absolutely part of it. But I think Lamar, if you're in a situation where you're working out and it's Lamar, 3 of his receivers, and trainers, like personal trainers, whether position coach, not on the Ravens payroll, but guys that they trust and who help them in the offseason. I think that's where the real meat and potatoes of what happens when a fucking play goes to shit. That's where those guys get on the same page and they figure out, hey, what's the plan here? And not just that, but they build trust with each other. And the trust is the biggest thing. So like Lamar,
it's the trust,
last year
so
Lamar threw that ball to Rashad in the end zone in the Steelers game, and Bateman put it on the grass. And now in week 1, Rashad fucked up when Lamar needed him the most, just to do exactly what he was supposed to do, and he didn't do it. So I think like anybody who's expecting a big season out of Bateman, that took a big hit this week with Bateman and him not being on the same page. And because it's not like it's something that can't be fixed ever, but I don't know that you can fix it now. The train is already moving down the tracks. Like this is the shit that you fix during the summer, not in September or October or November.
And so where I disagree is that train was already down the tracks. So I don't know.
He had an opportunity for a little bit of a reset, a little bit.
He had the ability to train in the right direction.
He didn't do it right. So that's where it's like, dude, you fucked up, and you even said you were going to do it, and you didn't do it.
No, he's a lot of.
Man, I look at it like if Zay Flowers our only good wide receiver, right, and if we gonna keep having trouble with the offensive line, why not bring like somebody like Dayton Wade up? Dayton Wade could do the screen passes, and then maybe we could try to spread. I don't know.
Dayton Wade
I'm just thinking of ideas, man.
Devontae Adams is a fix.
Yeah, I think Dayton Wade is
Whoa. Hold up. I never said he was a fix. I said if the offensive line going to still play like that and we're going to keep doing quick screens, why not bring Dayton Wade up so that could take more pressure off of Zay Flowers? That's what I said. I know Devontae Adams can fix our offense.
I'll tell you why.
I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, the reason is because there's no way that Harbaugh just be like, oh yeah, well,
I mean, to be honest with you,
free agent and make him a focal point of the offense.
But see that's the thing though. We got to stop doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
I don't
our
disagree
problem.
with you, but that's why.
Because if you look at it, if Dayton Wade was on the Andy Roy, well, that's why we gonna keep playing the same way how we is. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just tired of the same old shit.
I don't disagree with you at all.
Lamar keep running. Isaiah Likely showing off. Now you got fans bitching about, why Mark Andrews not getting involved in the offense? It's just the same old shit. Why Zay Flowers getting 10 targets? Because he the only fucking wide receiver that could do something. A couple months ago, I did tell y'all that Justice Hill was going to be a big part of the offense. I don't know why fans still bitching about that shit. Like,
because we telegraphed every play that he was at that point. Having him play the snaps and only get 1 carry is stupid. You're just telling the opposing team that you're bad.
I kept telling these fucking fans, if Patrick McCarry start, is going to be a problem. Like, he's not the answer. For to be honest with you, why not leave Roger out there so he can learn? And I said that last week. I say, even if the offensive line play like shit, it's still cool because they get to learn. You know what I mean? They get to learn. So whereas though, if we play the Chiefs again in the playoffs.
The only one I'm moderately concerned about is Falele, and I think it's because he's going to take a little bit longer to come around than probably the team wants him. But
so the only like, okay, and this is
fairly correct on that though.
This is not a okay. We have a like an option that's going to be better, but if he continues to suck, you just switch to and see if Cleveland then get some traction and improves. You know what I mean? Like they're probably about even.
But that's the thing though. Nothing against Falele. Why they never gave Cleveland a chance anyway? Like that's what I be saying, man.
It's the only again, people keep bringing this up, but like the only rational or logical that they don't play Ben Cleveland is because they don't trust him because they think he sucks, or they think he can't figure out the playbook, or there's something wrong that we as fans are, because he should have had every opportunity to play so far, and he has not gotten it, which just makes me think that there's got to be some kind of issue about. I don't know what it is. I'm going to speculate. There's something there that we don't know. Is the only logical reason for him to not play at this point.
Man, they got Rashad Bateman out there. They might as well give him a shot.
Yeah, but there's nobody else besides Rashad on the roster. You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Keith Kirkwood.
Right, but what is Keith Kirkwood ceiling?
None of these guys are they're not bringing these guys up to replace Rashad Bateman. That's the thing. It's like, you want to talk about if you're talking about, okay, we need to replace Rashad Bateman, we need to trade Rashad Bateman to the Raiders and, like a 4th round pick for Devontae Adams.
If that's all it takes, I will strap Rashad Bateman my back and walk him.
I honestly think that the Raiders would be like, a team like the Raiders would be interested in taking a flyer on someone like Bateman and saying, okay, the reason that it hasn't worked out is because his chemistry with the quarterback isn't there, and that could be different somewhere else.
Yeah, noted intelligent franchise, the Raiders.
Right, that's why I said a team like them. That's why I said a team like them.
Yeah, no, I mean they are the right kind of teams too. The Raiders are the Browns, and just dumb enough to shot at Bateman.
Except, the problem is the Browns aren't going to trade with him. But
I mean, you could trade him for Judy.
Lamar would be thrilled with that, but the Browns are not going to trade us any quarter. Well, they're not going to. They're not going to.
The last time we traded with the division rival was Chris Wormley to the Steelers.
Yeah, and that was like he was going to get cut anyway, so
Exactly.
we basically gave him away for like a 7th round pick.
I feel like if the Ravens really want to be serious about trying to win the Super Bowl, we got to go get a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah,
because I feel like
I don't disagree with that, because most teams that are a lot of teams that are at the front of the race. I'm putting Kansas City out of it because they're just kind of like a unicorn team, but everybody else kind of who is considered a contender has basically 2 wide receiver ones. They have a wide receiver 1A and B.
Because I look at it like this, right? Like, us fans, like, we banking on Derrick Henry to get us over the hump, which is possible. But at the same time, we still got to have them passing option. I mean, the pass option. So I'm looking at it like, if we can get a Devontae Adams, like, just imagine if we get Devontae Adams, like, bro, like, he could play one side by himself. So even if they double team it, it's going to be somebody else wide open. You get what I'm saying? But I just look at it like, we can't just keep. I feel like the Ravens as an organization, they trying to bank on Zay Flowers, Lamar, and Derrick Henry to lead us over the hump. Not saying that they can't, but I still feel like we need more help. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so we could win with those 3, but why yourself to those 3 if you can go get Devontae Adams and add it to that? Would be
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's
all these
no
other teams
rule against making it, so let's go make it easier to win.
Dude, imagine how much easier it would be for Derrick Henry if Devontae Adams and Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely were all on the field.
Well,
and Lamar Jackson.
There's only 11 guys on defense, and at some point they're gonna, somebody's gonna get a one-on-one matchup they can win every time. And whether that's Adams, Zay, Likely, Andrews, doesn't matter. Somebody's gonna be open. Somebody's gonna, reap the benefits of that. So I'm all in. Go get them.
You look at
100%.
You look at the Texans, right? The Texans, they brought in Stephon Diggs, right? And to be honest with you, they didn't even really need him, right?
No,
but they adding pieces to help CJ Stroud. So now I'm looking at it like, why we can't get Lamar that receiver that he need? Because if you think about it, right, Lamar's not a bad quarterback. Like my man Kyle Barber said, he's more like a backyard quarterback. So not saying he don't trust his receivers, but he gotta make sure, he gotta see that they wide open first. But I feel like with a Devontae Adams, him and Likely on the field together, like, you can pick your poison, like, you know what I mean? But I mean, we'll see. I don't know, man. I'm kind of sick of the John Harbaugh thing, because, like, it's the same shit over and over, time possession, like, you know what I mean? But one thing I can say about the offense, I can see that Lamar starting to communicate with his line more better, like, but you can tell it's just something that he got to work on, though, because it's still, like, time running out, you know what I mean? Certain shit. So it's like the little basic shit we got to work on, but I still think we're going to be good, though. But that wide receiver room is still a problem to me, and it's always going to be a problem.
I mean,
Because like,
I
let's
feel
be
like they're
real. What if Zay
I feel
Flowers
like
go down? Like,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There are some fans who, like, if we went and got Devontae Adams, then they would say how we should go get, fucking Jamar Chase. Like, it never ends with some people in the goddamn wide receivers. But no, you're right. You are right. I mean, right now, if Zay Flowers got hurt, holy shit, what a terrible wide receiver group.
Right. So I'm just catching up on our comments here. They left like an hour ago.
Well, the one that I'd like to point out.
Tom P. Eat my dick.
Exactly. This fucking bald bitch.
I saw,
Why is
I saw.
Pasquale government and
Yeah,
fucking
that's
open
why. Yeah,
cases in the chat?
Brandon put that on the screen briefly, and I took it off because we're not doxing anybody on several platforms.
Not even doxing, but like
I see.
why?
I see Brandon said during the show where when a game is on, like, bro, like, we're not Dolphin fans, bro. We do this shit every
also,
like
yeah,
just because
no,
there's a game on. Like,
yeah, no.
only way we don't do the show unless it's a Red Sox game at home because of Drew. But other than that, we really don't give a fuck about the Dolphins. Plus, they was getting blown out. Like, who gives a fuck about that game?
I actually prefer that we do the show when something else is on, because if sports anyway, because when people watch sports, they're on Twitter.
Yep.
And a lot of people will, if they see something on Twitter that they like, they will have the audio on that on and have the audio on the game off because they don't want to hear the dumbass commentator. So
Tom Brady sucked, by the way.
I didn't see 1 second of it, so
I didn't either.
He has
Whatever.
no personality. I've hated him since day one. I think everybody who liked him to start is mentally challenged. But Tom Brady, it like sounds like a legitimate, like, he's never watched football before in his life because
he was announcer today.
No, it was the announcer. Browns,
Cowboys, Browns. Yeah.
Yeah, just sounded so fucking.
Well, he is a robot. The real Tom Brady died in 9/11, which was yesterday or 2 days ago.
That's
what?
Right?
The real Tom Brady died on 9/11.
It was yesterday. Still,
yeah, the real Tom Brady died on 9/11. So the real Tom Brady was that doughy, last pick of the draft. That guy, he died in 9/11, and then
he's just a weird Cali freak who eats avocado ice cream. It's plastic. That's why he's a terrible announcer. He didn't die.
No,
he's just got.
He's an actual robot.
I mean, he's this is why his wife left him a jiu-jitsu instructor. He's got no personality and no ability to communicate with normal people. He sucks at his fucking job, and Fox paid him.
Speaking of dying, right? I don't know what's up with Facebook, but like they be having like this Ravens and Orioles type of page where though, like the other day they said Cal Ripken died, then yesterday they said Eddie Murray died. And then today it's this one girl, right? Like, I'm gonna be real with you, right? Like I'm a man of the people, but I hate when people ask me dumbass questions, right? Like
I'm a man of the people, except for idiots.
Like, yeah, bro. Like
I'm a man of the smart people. Like new
this mother. Look, I ain't gonna say that. Look, this motherfucker gonna send me a thing, right? And it said that Zay Flowers was in a serious accident and his football career might be over.
There's a rumor on Twitter about Nate Wiggins. The same shit.
Yeah, so look, right.
Practice days that he rolls his like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know he drives a Lambo.
Right, so she gonna ask me, is it true, bro? I left her ass on red and straight blocked that ass. Like,
I'm just gonna
don't ask me no dumbass question like that.
I'm gonna text every time I see a stupid rumor on Twitter from now on. I'm gonna copy it and text it to Trippy. Like, yo, is this true?
You might get blocked.
Hey, so we're an hour minutes in, and we haven't.
We're an hour and 12 minutes, and we haven't talked Raiders Ravens at all.
Nope.
So
because the
let's get into that real quick.
That's what Rashad Bateman to do for you.
Let's
there you go.
45 minutes ago, we were getting ready to go.
We were getting ready to, and then couldn't get a word in edgewise. Yeah. But it's okay. Anyway, Raiders Ravens. Let's do just quick scores real quick. We already got the uniform combination. It's purple and white. So anyway, I'll go first. 27-10 Ravens. I was it. That defensive line in Vegas is good and everything. You can't let Max Crosby wreck the game. But that being said, I don't trust Gardner Minshew, even though he beat us last year with the Colts. Doesn't matter. Coming off a loss, it shouldn't be a fucking trap game. It should be totally focused, especially the home opener. Get it done.
I'm gonna put this out there.
He does not have a big arm. They can beat you outside the numbers.
This morning I woke up and I realized we're recording tonight and the uniform is going to come out. So I handicapped the uniforms at purple jerseys, white pants, minus 750. And that one was a big winner. I don't know how.
No, I think that's actually not a big one. By definition, that's a pretty small winner.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
minus 700.
Well, I'm just saying it's a winner.
Not
Right?
much of a return.
No, obviously
Pretty
not.
low ROI.
You should definitely parlay that one. But I think we all probably would have done purple jerseys, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. Like purple and black or like that. But
I would have probably asked y'all what the weather is going to be like. But I've been kind of looking. If it's going to be like 90 degrees, I would have said white jerseys, purple pants, and made the Raiders wear black.
It's going to be low 80s and pretty tolerable humidity. It's going to be really nice day. And
considering skipping the
purple and white
concert later that night at Fenway just to stay and get hammered watching that game.
There all be more girl. Glare there.
We're doing 2 shows. I don't really hang around Trust Fund Kids for 2 days, so I just had to hang around Orioles fan for 3 days.
Are you calling EDC a Trust Fund kid?
Yeah, Taunton, big Trust Fund. You do that.
He's a huge Pearl Jam guy.
Very Taunton, Mass is very wealthy. One of the richest towns in the country. It's not, but nobody fact checked that. This is not the presidential debate, so I don't need to be fact checked on my nonsense.
Tua fucked my ticket up, man. Shit.
Tua's brain is, fucking
putting. I ain't gonna lie, that was the I ain't not the man, never mind. We can stick the subject. Stick to the topic. My bad.
All right, so score 35-7.
I got 48.
We're gonna call.
I got 40.
Hold on. I gotta.
Trap House Tom, new name on the podcast.
All right, so hold on, Jake. You were 27. What?
27-10.
10. Drew.
35-7. Ravens.
Okay. Trippy.
42-13.
Okay, I like that.
I'm taking the Ravens minus 14 and a half.
I'm gonna
That's
go
easy money.
27-14. Ravens.
And you got the Raiders scoring 2 touchdowns on us. Dang.
Hey, garbage time counts on me. Garbage time counts.
I am gonna say I don't like these scores under 30. We're scoring, so we're gonna talk a little bit, I think, about what's gonna happen in this game. But the Raiders blitzed at like 36% last week because that's really all they got going for them is their pass rushers, and that is really, really easy to overcome when you have a much more complete team. So I think the Ravens are gonna really fucking. I'm going 45-9.
Well, to your point, Will.
Just for the record, now that we're talking about score, fuck you.
Fuck you too, Drew. You a bitch.
For last week, fucking picking the Chiefs.
Hey, man, I said it last week. I ain't a dumb fuck. I was fucking right, bitch.
100% your fault. Oh, congratulations. You were right, but what cost, bitch?
Hey, man, that's what they get for – I'll be honest. I'm more encouraged last week seeing what I saw because Lamar was actually at some point finally taking what the defense gave him than I was in the AFC Championship game. I was so disgusted. I questioned whether or not he could do it because he didn't take what the defense gave me. He got greedy in the championship game. So I was being spiteful.
That's quite the
I was being spiteful.
Salad. Just admit that the loss is your fault.
Nah, it ain't my fault.
100% your fault.
It's Isaiah Likely for not having an amputated toe like Deion Sanders. That's the reason. That's his fault.
I do not want.
Should have cut his toes off for the team.
It was Rashad Bateman's fault.
There's a play that happened after.
Fuck you, bitch.
I do not want
Fuck you,
anybody
bitch.
on the Ravens to be like Deion Sanders. Loser.
And cut your toe off. Cut your toe off for the team.
Yeah, cut your toe off and win college football.
Nope, as a player, he's back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
Yo, why Isaiah Likely ain't get his extension yet?
He will.
They don't have to yet. He will.
Yeah, I don't think they can. He can't sign an extension yet.
Not till after the third year.
Yeah, I was gonna say not until after.
This is fourth year, isn't it?
No, it's third year.
No, this is third year, right?
Yeah, I don't think he can sign until after this.
Yeah,
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he.
After that little thing in the tunnel, man, EDC should have gave him a contract before they hopped on that fight back, man. We need more players like that.
Because he said "fuck you, bitch" to a Chiefs fan. That's what we're paying guys for now. What are we doing?
Yeah, I like that.
We should pay him because he's good at football. Because he said "fuck you" to a Chiefs fan. I can go walk around and say "fuck you" to him.
Both.
Should I get a fucking extension? EDC, where's
according
my
to Trippy, yeah.
Yep.
Where's my contract, EDC?
I've said fuck you to a lot of people. I guess I should be the highest paid player in the NFL. Then.
Yeah, I mean, I should surpass you because I tell you to go fuck yourself every week.
I've told you
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
We should not extend Jake.
We should extend Jake. Jake's the reason why you have the wild element on this show. Otherwise, this would just be go tune it in. No, that's fake. That's fake news. That is fake news.
I don't want no extension.
Drew is wrong, and he's engaging in copium. Drew is engaging in copium here because
Jake, if you picked the Ravens to win, the Ravens might have won that game. But instead, you
That's
had
a
to be
fuck-
like, "Oh, I want to be different because I, watch and listen to heavy metal and fucking have obscure movie references."
Oh, I don't
And,
I don't drink. I'm cool.
No. Oh,
I am cool.
I drink
But that
Liquid
being
Death,
said,
so it makes me fucking pick the Chiefs to win. Asshole.
cool. Then why didn't we win the AFC Championship game when I did pick the Ravens to win that?
Well, so what have you done for me?
Logic
lately,
is flawed.
Jake. So what have you
Logic
done
is
for me
flawed,
lately?
Drew.
No, wrong.
Jake,
It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work
Your
that
bald
way.
headed pubic hair beard
Doesn't work
logic
that
is
way.
wrong.
Doesn't
and
work
flawed.
that way.
No, it's-
But
It
if you-
does. Oh,
listen,
it does.
No, I will. Okay, and Trippy knows this because Trippy always sends me. He'll send me. If you could see my fucking text message, it's like 98% of our text messages are us sending each other links to our bets. And when he sends me a bet on the Orioles game that has an opposing player on the ticket, I ignore it. I'm not touching it. So picking the other team to win the game, dude, that's terrible karma.
All I'm saying, not at all. Not at all.
We all
I
suffered.
mean, a lot
We all
of
suffered because we
people
don't know how to
say
behave.
a lot of people say, hey, if you want to win money, hey, you put your money on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Which is
a
understandable.
lot of people do a lot stupid. So fuck them and fuck Jake.
Yeah.
Damn, yo, it was something
Why
I
don't
want.
we talk about what we expect in this game?
Sure thing.
I expect the offense.
I expect
to-
Marlon Humphrey to get burnt by Devontae Adams these 5 times.
Probably.
But will Gardner Minshew be able to get him the ball?
That's the is that Gardner Minshew is a
Yeah, I
moron
mean,
bitch. So
We'll throw it to Brock Bowers. I don't know about Adams.
I mean, we
Brock
can't
Bowers
sit
has
up
a
here
worse
and act
stat line than
like.
me, but
Yeah.
I mean, after
Brock
that,
Bowers is like
after
21
that,
years old and bald as fuck. Tom P caliber bald.
after losing to the Colts last year, I think the Ravens should just come out there and just we should get like 11, 12 sacks on Gardner Minshew. But we know that motherfucker gonna come out there passing the ball.
All right, so
hear me
Hear me out. Kenny Young murdered Gardner Minshew that year in the preseason, in the backfield, and then we traded him. And then we traded him in a 5th-round pick for Marcus, and that turned their season around in 2019. So we need Malik Harrison. We need Malik Harrison to murder Gardner Minshew, and then we will trade Malik Harrison and a 5th-round pick for Devontae Adams.
There you go. The cycle is complete. What the fuck do you mean?
What do you mean? No.
Why does that make perfect
You trade
sense?
Malik Harrison in the 5th for fucking Devontae Adams. Who the fuck says no to that? Maybe the Raiders.
I don't think.
What do you mean? Let him go kill Gardner Minshew.
Rashad Bateman and Malik Harrison.
I cut him off before he said that. I cut him off before the trade.
Yeah, I know.
Patience, young Padawan.
I cut him off before he said the trade. I was basically trying to say Trent Simpson should bliss his ass up the middle and Bart Scott is shit.
I want to trade him. I like him.
No, we ain't got to trade him.
That's right.
Trade Rashad Bateman and Malik Harrison.
Get Malik Harrison a clean look at Minshew, and then trade him in a 5th for
and a 3rd-round draft pick or 4th-round draft pick.
No, just a 5th. That's how it works. You trade 5th-round picks and players for all pros. That's how the Ravens do.
I feel like the offensive line is going to have a better game overall.
Yeah, I mean, sure, Matt Crosby
sure about
will
that?
be in the backfield a couple times. It's going to happen.
Boy, you better hope Max Crosby don't go to Penn North before the game, boy, or Lexington Market, boy. He might.
I think
might have a field day out that motherfucker.
They're going to still have that rotation with Roger and Makari. So.
Do you believe that?
I hate that
I know
shit.
they
I
said
hate
they were
it.
going to do that. I don't.
The biggest thing is, again, Project Pat, just use him as that 6th blocker, help protect against Crosby.
Yeah, how about we
He's
have
very helpful.
Ricard shipping, great pass rushers, not Justice Hill.
Hey,
Don't leave
Tom,
him
go to
one-on-one.
sleep, Tom.
What'd you say, Tom?
Tell Tom dumbass go to sleep. Talking about it's a trap home game.
He's tripping.
I call them trap house for reasons that I won't explain on the podcast, and he says trap home. That's yeah. I'm just making fun of him.
Yep.
He's not saying it's a trap game.
There you go. I meant talking about trapping. I got you.
Yeah.
Right now, FanDuel has
Trap
it as an
home
8.5 point or 8.5 spread.
Man, what's up
I
with
still
the
like
parlays, man? I got a parlay I want to give out. 8-leg parlay, man. Give out.
Well, so I mean, how do we win this game? How do we lose it?
We win this game by keeping Lamar upright, let him take what the defense gives him, and they blitz the shit out of him, and we have answers. Protect Lamar, get the ball to your playmakers, go from there. Because, again, Patrick Graham was the same defensive coordinator with the Miami Dolphins, Lamar's first game, when he had that huge day. I think he threw 5 touchdowns. He was the same dude blitzing them all day.
324 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yep, he was the
The
same
only
dude.
way we're losing to the Raiders is if we are careless with the football and turn it over a lot.
Yes.
All right. So here's what I would say. You're right, but if Todd Monken decides, you know what, we're gonna come out firing, we're gonna pass the ball. Fuck that. This is a Derrick Henry game. This is okay. The Raiders, like I said earlier, they blitzed last week at 36%. If you're blitzing, you're coming off the edge. Run Derrick Henry up their asshole until they cry, and then that could take 1 quarter. Really, honestly, that doesn't take that long. So if their entire game plan is to try and disrupt Lamar's process by bringing a lot of heat off the edge, go for it, because we have a fucking monster that we're just going to run down your throat. So I say run the ball. The only way that we end up in a position where we're chasing or we're it's like a fucking shootout or whatever is if we decide, oh, you know what? No. Just like the Chiefs game. We're gonna throw the ball. No, we don't need to run the ball today. We're gonna throw the ball. Run the fucking ball down their asshole until they cannot take any more runs. Just fucking run the ball a billion times.
No, I mean that's fair. A lot of talk about Ravens' offensive identity this week among Ravens media. I don't fucking care what our identity is. Our identity should be,
Yes.
exploiting the defense.
Let's fucking go.
Either Tripp just hit a bet, or I made a great point that
I think it might be both. Who knows?
Yep.
I did, bro. I just flipped my $10 no sweat into the last 2 games over, and that bit nigga just hit a home run, man. Let's go. Flip my little $17 for the mob, man. But no, I feel like the way we lose the game, if the offensive line just come out there, playing like straight shit, the defense just let Devontae Adams take over. But see, I ain't gonna lie to you though. I know we're gonna win this game, but we can't sleep on the Raiders though. We really can't.
No.
Like,
They're scrappy.
They have players, but they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
Bro, that's the same quarterback that beat us, bro. We can't sit up here and like, come on, let's be real, bro. Yeah.
That's
Here's a difference.
Lost to the Colts last year.
There's a difference though. The reason why we lost to the Colts, we beat the Bengals the week before. Now John Harbaugh teams get real high after they think they got a big win. So they start feeling themselves next week. They fuck themselves up. That's the reason why I'm picking Ravens to beat the Raiders this week. There's no reason to feel high and mighty upon yourselves after losing to the Chiefs. They're gonna come out focused and they're gonna come out and beat the brakes off the fucking Raiders.
And also the Colts offensive line versus the Raiders. I mean, it's like a third world country in fucking in Vegas.
Exactly. So. Even though Gardner Minshew may have beaten us with the Colts,
BK
like
going
these guys
Sunday,
just said,
watch.
Yeah, he is.
That offensive line was completely different.
Not to mention that Chargers front was getting after them last week. So I'm just saying.
Speaking of Chargers, how funny is it to watch them, melt down online over Greg Roman?
Those are paid actors, Drew. Don't even worry about that. Those are paid actors. Chargers fans are not real. Chargers fans are like birds. They're not real. They're paid actors, paid for by the California state government. They need to hire actors in order to fill in seats, make people think the Chargers are fans, but in reality they don't. They're just paid Hollywood actors looking for a paycheck. That's it. Chargers fans are not real.
I think we're gonna play the Chargers in the playoffs. I think the Chargers are gonna come to the bank.
No, Chargers are making the playoffs.
I ain't counting on Jim. It's our two.
Jim
they're gonna make the playoffs.
Disadvantage by signing an injury-prone pussy running back and moron as an offensive coordinator. They're not gonna make the playoffs. Colin Kaepernick will team by like week 10 after Herbert dies. So.
There you go. But anywho,
we got to give out our part.
Fuck yeah, boy.
Trippy, you got an 8 leg.
Yeah. Hold on. Trying to find it. Here you go. I got Lamar for 200 passing yards. Lamar 1 passing touchdown. Derrick Henry 60 yards. Isaiah Likely 40 yards. Zay 50 yards. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Zay Flowers anytime touchdown. And I like the Ravens total points over 25.5.
All right. We're gonna have to just all take a breath. Hold on. That was you rattled that one off like a motherfucker. Hold on. I'm gonna get you to do it again. I wasn't ready, but you were fucking flying. So go from the top.
Lamar 200 passing yards. Lamar 1 passing touchdown. Derrick Henry 60 rushing yards. Isaiah Likely 40 receiving yards. Zay 50 receiving
60
yards.
plus. Hold on. Derrick Henry was the third one. Was Isaiah Likely?
Isaiah Likely 40 yards.
40 plus. Okay.
Zay Flowers 50 plus.
Zay 50 plus. Okay.
Derrick and Zay to score.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, both of them anytime touchdowns.
And I like the Ravens total points over 25.5. That's easy money right there.
Ravens.
Who fucked my parlay up?
You said Ravens over 25.5?
I might have to run that back and take the anytime. Yeah.
I got another simple one.
Hold on.
Lamar.
Hold on. 1 second. Hold on. Okay, go.
Lamar 2+ passing touchdowns. Mark in anytime touchdown. Mark in over 4 receptions. And I'm gonna go Derrick Henry anytime touchdown.
I ain't gonna lie, I like them last two. I'm gonna have to add that to my other parlay.
Okay.
1 p.m. money markers. Yeah, nice appearance. And I think that they're gonna go out of their way to for a touchdown. So
I might take.
And he's in a great spot.
I might take Lamar for 3 passing touchdowns.
You only have him as 1.
I think 2 is the easy choice there. If you want to get aggressive, you can go for 3. But I just think that 2 is safe and still gonna be plus money.
Listen, I think.
Oh, I like.
Trippy,
I like to do
you do whatever you want. If I'm you, I'm sitting on that 1. I think 1 is a given. 2, because of the fact that this could be a blowout, I think, and they're going to run the ball a lot. I don't know. When you go 2 or 3 passing touchdowns for Lamar, I don't know about that. If you're for gambling purpose, I'm all for it. I hope it all happens.
That's why it's called a lotto. That's why it's called a lotto.
Man, we're giving these picks out. We're giving these picks out. Like if you want to say that's like you can give a separate pick as like some fucking Mega Millions if you want to. But...
Hey. One thing about Trippy, I give out lots. I was in the Raven space last week. I should have sent it to you. I think I sent it to you. You probably ain't played though. I told them, right, they got this new thing like 20 plus or 30 plus receiving yards. I took Isaiah Likely for over 30 yards receiving, and I took Travis Kelce for 20. I parlayed both of them together. Isaiah Likely by itself was plus 1,200 cash. So, y'all better listen to Trippy, man. I be giving out some lots.
I don't recall you sending that one to me.
I want a 7 leg.
Trippy went real quiet there. This motherfucker didn't send me the pick. Sends me his 23 leg MLB pitcher parlay, but doesn't send me the fucking Ravens. Come on, man. All right.
Man.
I've got a 7 leg that I just put together.
All right, let's do it. Let's go.
All right, we're going Ravens money line under 41.5.
Shit. Who's that? Oh, Big Dog.
Derrick Henry anytime.
That's Lamar, a donation.
Lamar 2.
That's not a donation.
2 plus passing.
Okay.
Zay Flowers anytime. Nelly anytime, and Lamar Jackson 175 plus.
Whoa. Okay.
So
I like that, but I don't like that under. I don't like the under 41.5 because I feel like we could put up 40. Well, you saw my
like I said, 27-17. So I'm covering it right there.
Hold on. Wait. Oh, 175. You said, right?
Yep, 175.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say because I'm looking at
this. Yo, everybody be taking Lamar for 175.
Derrick Henry touchdown, Zay touchdown, Nelly touchdown,
Lamar Jackson 2.
So you're not accounting for 1 Lamar passing with your scores. You're not gonna try and run the board and just pick every guy who's gonna.
Nope.
Okay.
Did you say 27-17 was under 41?
I could see Nelson Aguilar scoring though, because that's his old team he used to play for. So
he's 27-14.
And they just did 27-17. I was like, math's not.
That was Tom.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
But no, I said.
Well, he also had it the other way around too. So, all right, Jake, what's your communist pick?
Communist pick. Fucking communist pick is vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the election. Seize the means of production. Replace the American flag with the hammer and sickle.
Are you parlaying Kamala with some Ravens props?
I got asked for commie picks. So I'm giving you commie picks. But an actual pick, obviously California is what it is. They'll tax you, but they don't want you to gamble, which is dumb.
Yeah,
but anyway,
gamble in California. I forget where I heard.
Yeah, it's some whack ass shit. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, I'll give you a Marcus Williams interception. 2 interceptions.
2?
2. 2 Marcus Williams interception.
What are
Wow.
the odds on? What
You
are
know
the
what?
odds on?
I don't know that you can even bet that. I think
Probably not, but I'm giving you a bold prediction.
Book probably doesn't even.
Yeah, I don't think the books offer like 2 interceptions. I don't think so.
right. No, they'll
me
give you
see.
1, but they're like, okay,
But you know what though? I don't
You're
know. They
weird
might have it on
that you even bet
DraftKings though.
yeah. DraftKings does have some weird shit.
Hey, Jake, do me a favor, Jake. Can you give me a player that's gonna have a sack? Because I might put that on my parlay.
A sack?
Yeah.
David Ajabo.
I mean, yeah, he's been consistent. But
Yo,
you know what?
I saw that shit too.
Give me
G.
Travis
That shit was
Jones.
like plus.
Okay.
Give me Travis
Travis
Jones.
Jones. I like that. I like
Grown ass man. Even get in the backfield, he caused that interception to Roquan Smith last week.
But just to be clear, Jake's parlay is Marcus Williams 2+ interceptions, Travis Jones 1+ sack.
Yep.
The odds on that are probably like plus 950,000.
Hey man, put your kids through college. Try to put your kids through college here. That's all. We shoot for the stars, aim high, and then you can thank me later by giving me a cut because I can't win it here.
Hey, Will, when you get a chance, look at the players that record 20+ yards receptions or 30. Man, they got a couple on here like Zay Flowers plus 240. They got Andrews plus 380, Bateman plus 450, Zay Lightly plus 500, and then so I think I might take Andrews plus 100 for that. Cause you know you can put them in a parlay together too. So just check that out. And Zay Flowers 2 touchdowns, 1,300. Something to look at.
Yeah, that is. I agree. All right, here's my picks. Ravens laying the 8.5. Over 41.5. Lamar 175 plus and 1 touchdown, 1+ touchdown. Derrick Henry.
What, passing?
Yeah, passing. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown and 60+ yards. And
no Zay Flowers.
I'm not gonna touch Zay on this. I'm gonna go with
You
Mark
don't like
Andrews.
his receptions? I like his receptions.
Yeah, no, I'm just feeling it's gonna be a heavy run game. So my last 2 legs are gonna be my last 2 legs are gonna be Mark Andrews 3+ receptions and 40+ yards.
All right.
Well then,
I think I like Bateman for 40.
No.
I like Bateman for negative yardage.
I like Bateman for going the fuck.
I just
Fire Bateman and the Sun.
Hey, Will, I just took your parlay that you said, right? But I took the over, the Ravens spread, Lamar, and Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Then I still added the Ravens total over 25.5. And then I like Zay for 4 receptions. And I'm going to take Bateman for 40 yards. That's plus 1,600. I like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of good options.
I don't know, man. Bateman going to feed my family this year, I hope. So.
Fuck.
There you go.
I don't like that.
I mean, what I say last week, I said I like him for 50 yards. He covered that. Now, a couple people was mad at me because he didn't get that other catch because I took him for over 2.5. But I mean, he fucked up on that one play. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's all good, baby. You know. Anywho, that's going to do it for this week's installment. We will be back to discuss this, that, and the other. Maybe Karen will be back, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? Soulless Gingers unite. Anyway, it's time for you to die.
Zone 32.